Am I the a-hole for not telling my coworker I was leaving him alone when he's deathly afraid of ghosts? One of my coworkers is from a different country where ghosts are a major fear and part of their folklore. Let's call him Tony. We work at an office at a factory where more than a dozen people have died over the past century, including the founder. All accidents. In the office, we have an informal agreement that no one will leave Tony by himself. He likes to work later, usually 10 to 6 p.m., but will use leave if no one can stay with him. We do it out of courtesy. I should also note we can choose the hours we work as long as it's 80 every 2 weeks. Last Friday, I was planning to work late. Tony did his usual survey of the office to see who would be staying the latest so he could plan. I told him I was going to be in until 6:30. He was happy because he could make up some time from earlier in the week. Around 5:30, my wife messaged me to say she wasn't feeling well and asked if I could come home and take care of our toddler. Of course I said yes. Here's where I may be the a-hole. I went to Tony's desk, but he wasn't there. I checked the rest of the office and everyone else was gone. After maybe 5 minutes, I decided I wasn't going to wait anymore and left. About 20 minutes later, Tony started texting me asking where I was, and when I told him I left, he got really upset. He wasn't yelling or anything, but kept asking why I would leave without telling him. I apologized and told him I needed to go take care of my kid and couldn't wait any longer. Yesterday, I came into the office and it was like I was caught on tape kicking a puppy. Everyone was pissed at me and told me I should have waited longer. The way I see it is staying late is just a courtesy. I get it's a big deal to him, but my family is more important, and it's not like I just walked out. I don't know if he was in the bathroom or what, but I waited for him for a few minutes. He's a grown man and could pack up and leave on his own when he realized I wasn't there. So am I the a-hole for not telling my coworker I was leaving work despite his severe fear of ghosts? Am I the a-hole for reporting my coworker's fake sick days after he covered for me once? I work at a mid-sized logistics company. A few months back, I was dealing with a family emergency and needed to leave early without much notice. A coworker, Dale, 31M, covered my shift without me even asking him to. He just noticed I was stressed and offered. I was grateful and told him I owed him one. Fast forward to last month. Our team started having serious staffing issues because deliveries were piling up and management kept asking why we were shorthanded. I found out through the schedule system that Dale had been calling in sick almost every other Friday for 2 months straight, always right before a long weekend. Everyone quietly knew he wasn't actually sick. He'd post gym selfies and hangout pictures on the same days. Our supervisor asked the team directly if anyone had noticed any patterns with the short staffing, since corporate was now involved because of missed delivery targets. I hesitated for a while because of what Dale did for me, but I ended up telling her honestly what I'd noticed in the schedule. Dale got called in, and it turns out this wasn't his first warning. He ended up getting written up formally, and now he's on thin ice with HR. He confronted me in the break room saying I snitched on him after he helped me out when I needed it, and that I should have kept my mouth shut out of loyalty. I feel bad because he genuinely helped me once, but I also don't think one favor means I'm supposed to lie for him or stay silent when directly asked something that was affecting the whole team's workload and reputation. I didn't say anything until I was asked directly. Am I the a-hole for telling the truth about my coworker's pattern of fake sick days, even though he covered for me once before?
Am I the a-hole for confronting my coworker after doing her a favor that I would not have done if I was given full context? I picked up half of a shift for a coworker on my day off. We don't work every day in my field. She messaged me 2 days prior asking if I was somehow willing to take the back half of her shift because it was her birthday and she did not want to work on her birthday. She then said that nobody else she asked said yes, and I was her last resort. I felt bad and accepted to take the part of the shift so that she could get off halfway through her shift and at least enjoy some of her birthday not at work. I offered her alternatives, such as using sick time, PTO, getting an attendance point, but she did not want to go that route, so I regretfully accepted. For context, it is a pretty tiring job at times, and as you could probably tell from nobody else saying yes, people, including me, don't normally want to pick up shifts. Anyways, the day of comes around. I was leaving, and she was supposed to come in and work her front half. She did not show up. I messaged her asking where she was, and she told me she called off the front half using sick time. Here is where the problem is. I would not have taken the back half of her shift if I knew she would not be working the front half. I only accepted so that she could enjoy some of her birthday not at work and be able to celebrate it however she chose. Our conversation went in circles, both of us thinking we were in the right, so I ended the conversation as it was going nowhere constructive. I ended up not making a bigger issue of it and just working the back half of her shift. I've consulted others, and most seem to understand where I am coming from. However, there are a few others that see where she is coming from, and that I should not be concerned with the fact she was able to get the front half off, and by extension, the whole shift off. I'm over it, to be honest. I decided just to not do her any more favors. What's done is done. However, it seems to have upset her and her roommate, someone I work everyday shift. I'm curious about other people's perspective on the matter.